Shall we record?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
Before we start, a work colleague of mine that David Goss is very familiar with told me today that we swear too much.
Correct.
And that we should keep the show PG.
Have I got to guess who said that?
You can. I don't think you will.
Would you? Well, you say you don't think I will. I thought only listened.
The only two people that listen. Hint for you: it's someone who's never listened to the show.
How do they know we swear too much then?
Yeah, correct.
Because, in his opinion, you're only talking about food, so why do you need to swear?
Oh, I already know who that is then.
Who's that? No, incorrect. So he can go fuck himself.
No fucking way he said that.
We literally had a half-hour argument about how we shouldn't swear on FRUK.
And why have you told him that we swear? You swear.
I didn't.
I don't even swear, so...
I didn't. He just assumed that we did.
I'm just more confused because he swears quite a lot.
Yeah.
And also eats quite a lot. So I would imagine there's a very high chance he swears and eats.
No,
and swears about eating.
It was his view that it's the thing that holds us back.
No, that's not true. He would not say that.
In fact, Stuart, if you keep this in, bleep out his name because he did get a bit funny about me saying that I was going to mention him on the podcast.
Definitely keeping this in.
But he told us that we shouldn't swear.
That's the most ridiculous. He's obviously having a shit day. He would never say that.
Ask our other work colleague that does this.
But he doesn't. He's never heard the podcast.
He's never listened to the podcast. No.
Has he ever watched a food review?
I don't think so. Not on his own. I don't think. I think I've probably forced a review on him or two.
Hang on, he's been in food reviews.
And he probably swore because he was drunk off his tits.
Yeah. That's disgraceful. I'm basically gonna watch him now in like any group chats or conversations for any moment where he swears about food, which he will do. He will do. He'll slip up at some point, and then we've won.
Then we've won. Get a gif of Captain America saying language, and then just throw that on him every time. Oh dear.
Good reference.
Hi all and welcome to FRUK Unwrapped, the official podcast of Food Review UK. My name is Nathan Peterson. I'm with two people today. Should have been three, but one of us is a fucking lightweight.
Language.
That's a good start. Let me introduce a couple of guys that I am with, though. First of all, he's the beard of beer, the brain of FRUK Unwrapped, and the testicles of Tesco. It's Stuart Bullock.
Brilliant. Fucking hell.
Oh, the testicles of Tesco.
Yeah.
Anecdote, I once got my testicles out in Tesco.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Of course it's not, David Goss. Just...
Because you're a very respectable young man, Stuart, and I don't think that would be you.
Correct. Young, thank you.
Correct.
Yes. How are you, Nathan?
I'm very good, Stuart. Yourself?
Good, yeah, I'm good, man. Good.
Are you feeling well? Are you feeling healthy?
I'll be honest, I'm not 100%, but, I think it'd take a lot more than feeling a bit under the weather to keep me away from this podcast.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And especially if you'd been ill with, like, said flu or cold for what seems like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how illness works, and I'm pretty sure you can normally have a phone conversation with your friends. I'm pretty sure that comes within the, with the do's and the cans and can'ts of feeling poorly, feeling a little bit under the weather.
I mean, obviously, to the listeners, as you can tell, David Goss is with us, returning. I'll give him a proper introduction in a second. Mr. Michael Jamieson is not with us. He is, unfortunately, unwell. I've given him so many opportunities to not come on the show tonight, and it wasn't until literally a half hour before we were recording, he's like, "Oh, I'm flagging." He even suggested he was going to come on for 10 minutes, just so that, in his words, he could get credit for the show.
Brilliant.
But even he couldn't muster that. So I hope you're at home feeling like a pathetic loser, Michael.
I know what he's really doing.
Must be.
BT Sport 3 HD, Cagliari Napoli with the sound on.
Oh, typical fucking JMO.
Oh, imagine he's doing that right now, the bloody inconsiderate bastard. What a shot! Oh, God, that was close.
Fucking beers everywhere. Like a bloody lad.
I should apologise in advance. I've filled up my my pint glass with water just in anticipation of being here for quite a while and needing a drink. And I have been told when I'm on headset, I do have a headset. No, wouldn't work. I have been told several times when I drink, it sounds mental. All you hear is just loud, echoing gulps. I think I might have a particularly loud gulp. So I apologise if there's lots of gulping, but there's only a pint. There's only a pint's worth of gulping. Can't go forever.
I don't think we can go any further without hearing this now.
Okay, so
Give us a gulp.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
it's quite a loud gulp. I was expecting more drama, though. I'm honest with you. That you built it up to be more than it was.
No, that's fine. That's good then. I've just been told it's like very echoey on the headset. As long as that's okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I can live with that.
When you first obviously took your sip, I heard absolutely fuck all, and I was thinking, oh, this is a bit fucking anticlimactic, isn't it? No noise whatsoever. But then there was just a little touch at the end, and it was still semi-anticlimactic.
Oh, absolutely fine. Good.
Can we just see how loud my gulp is? Hang on, I'll have a little.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That was closer that was closer to orgasm than gulping.
Well,
that was good.
I don't know what I was
Same
gulping. Yeah.
I nearly just made a similar sound watching Jose Callejon just put Napoli 1-0 up in the 29th minute.
Oh,
I love a bit of Serie A banter. Oh, do you remember 1991? Oh,
no, I don't.
Football Italia.
No, I don't. I wish I did, though.
Pathetic.
I mean, Italian football used to be really bloody popular, didn't it, in the
early
UK?
90s, Italian football was the best league in the world.
When Gazza went out there.
When it was like covered on like actual TV.
Gazza, Ray Wilkins, he was there.
David Platt.
Can't think of any other English footballers who played in it. Paul Ince. David Platt, yes. Welcome to the 1990s Italian football podcast.
for which I'll just enjoy listening to because I was born in 1990.
Oh. I used to bloody love playing football, Championship Manager Italia, which was in about 1993, and I used to start. I was AC Milan. Oh, Franco Baresi was my boy back in the day. I used to absolutely love it. Oh,
Franco Baresi actually joined Fulham as a technical director of football.
Correct.
That's actually a true story.
I love Stuart referencing the fact that in the good old days you had to buy separate packs for the Championship Manager.
Yeah, that's insane.
Football. You couldn't get the whole world. You had to buy the British one, the Dutch and Belgian one, the Italian one. Brilliant.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane. What a podcast this is.
I used to have a little notebook that I kept next to my it was my Amiga at the time, a little notebook where I used to jot down my different formations and my lineups and all kinds. I used to take it incredibly seriously.
I love that.
Oh.
I love the pride that you've taken in that. It's quality.
Were you a scumbag like me that if you lost an important game, you would cancel without saving and then go back in?
I have done that.
Yeah, I think we'd all be lying if we said we hadn't done that before. But we wouldn't. I don't know if I speak for all of us, but I wouldn't necessarily do it for the big game, like the big final. I sort of let fate take its toll then. Yeah. But it'd be a fucking irritating game that probably meant nothing. That I'd be probably 3-0 up in, and the player I wanted to score all my goals scored all the goals, but then ended up losing or something like that. And I was like, oh, fuck this shit, or something like that. And I'd probably quit then. Probably a bit a rage quit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever done it off of one game, but I've certainly done it after a run of like half a dozen shit games. I'm like, oh, fuck this, I'm going to start again.
I can't play Football Manager anymore.
Rage?
No, just addiction problems. I cannot handle it.
No.
I did like 50 seasons once. Bradford City built a new stadium. It was called the Stuart Bullock Stadium. I was the greatest football manager the world had ever seen. And Gemma had to say to me, you're 73 in the game now, Stuart. You probably should retire. I imagine like Sir Alex Ferguson's wife used to have the same conversation with me. Come on, what have you still got to achieve? And now, I just know I'd love to. I would absolutely love to go and buy Football Manager and play it again, but I know I cannot trust myself. I go hard.
I'm very similar to you in the sense that I played my era was Football Manager 2005.
Right.
So
would that have still been Championship Manager back then, or
no? It just changed.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it was still Championship Manager 2004. So I think this might have been the first Football Manager.
Right.
Actually, I think it might have been because I definitely know it's Championship Manager 0203. Yeah. So I think there was a Championship Manager 304, but then Football Manager 2005. That was my jam, and I just remember obviously crucial point of my studies, GCSE period and stuff like that. I was up all night playing Football Manager. Up all night. The computer was in my bedroom. It was a disaster from the start. It wasn't an evening thing. It was like, we're talking, my dad was going to bed at like 1:30, and I've already got the light off. Like, I'm trying to pretend I'm asleep. And I'm pretty sure he was pretty pissed off originally. And if you know my dad, he doesn't really get pissed off that easily. But I'm pretty sure he was like, you need to go to bed. You need to go to bed. And then I think by the end of it, it was obviously such a problem that was completely uncontrollable. I mean, taking the computer out of my room was obviously not an option. And I think he just sort of gave up and was like, oh, still not playing that. All right, night, mate. Like, but it was that sort of problem. Like, it was just an acceptable problem. I got an uncontrollable Football Manager addiction. And I do think that's actually quite worrying looking back. And I just imagine now that I do have a little bit more responsibility in the world, not much more responsibility, just a little bit, but it would be a little bit more damaging. Like, I can just imagine my girlfriend being like, you haven't seen me for a week and a half. Your mum said that you've not been going to work. I can just imagine that sort of scenario taking place, and me just saying, "Oh, I've caught MJ's illness. I think I've got what MJ had."
I bet there's been a lot of sick days, a lot of phoning into work sick for Football Manager over the years.
I bet there has.
So if you enjoyed any of those foods, email us at frukcast@gmail.com. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was one way. That was one way to solve the problem. Eat the bloody CD-ROM.
Stuart, I think I've found the pesky way of getting Gossy to listen to the second half of our show. Start talking about football at the 61-minute mark.
If we can just break to a section of the podcast every episode, just talking about Football Manager or Italian football, I'll probably always be around. I'll probably try and force my way on.
Well, you've listened to him ramble about Championship Manager, Football Manager, and Serie A for the last 20 minutes. We've got on the show David Goss.
Hey.
First guest that we had on the show. First returning guest that we have on the show.
Wow, that's big. So you've gone through all the options. And
we've literally hit the bottom.
And you're back. Yeah, you're back. No, that's great. An honour.
No, of course, mate. We always wanted you back on, but we obviously wanted to try and get some of the new voices out there, yeah? Because we're obviously a powerful podcast.
And that's important too, to do that, because it really then makes the listeners appreciate what they have in me.
Yeah, when the good stuff comes back.
I'm joking. No, everyone's great. Everyone's brilliant.
How have you been, my friend?
We should do a Royal Rumble podcast where we're all just bloody in on it. Should we start talking about WWE now? For the hour? The old school WWE, because I think we should have a Royal Rumble podcast where all presenters and guest presenters are involved.
Every 2 minutes, a new presenter comes on.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be magic?
That's the dream.
That is a dream. If only there's a way as well that we can all pick our individual entrance music. That would be fantastic. If that can be edited in, that'd be great.
Correct.
That's your task, Stuart.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, obviously I'd love The Rock, but Stone Cold, that's a pretty cool one as well. The glass smashing at the beginning, that'd be a pretty good podcast then.
So when you said old school WWE, that's how deep you're going, The Rock and Stone Cold?
Yeah.
Grow up.
No, well,
that is pretty old school now, though, Stuart, to be fair.
Oh, I was thinking Arn Anderson and...
Oh, fucking hell. Coco Beware.
Coco Beware!
Hans Christian Andersen, didn't he write books?
Andersen, yeah.
I don't know who you've just said.
Small anecdote. I was on as a schoolboy.
Is this a true one?
No, this is true. This is true,
okay.
And there is proof somewhere. I was on a children's television game show when I was a schoolboy called The Wetter the Better, and
the what? Sorry,
the wetter the better.
It was like a swimming pool based game show, and there was when they were like the host, who was, I think he was called Ross King. He's like a very tanned Scottish man. He interviewed everyone and he said, "Oh, Stuart, I believe you're a big fan of WWE wrestling." I said, "Oh yes, I am, Ross. Yes, I love it." And who's your favourite wrestler? I went, "It's the Big Boss Man." There you go. That's a Michael Jameson style anecdote. I went on national television and told the world that my favourite wrestler was the Big Boss Man.
I love it.
What was the name of the presenter? Jonathan King.
Ross King.
Ross King. Was he Ross King? I'm just going to bing Ross King now and see whether he is a tanned Scottish man. I think the guy that did it is now like the Hollywood reporter for GMTV or something. He's still going on. Yeah, Ross King. Ross King was the guy that presented it.
Sorry, a genuine celebrity, for want of a better word.
Yeah, an actual human celebrity man. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There is both photographic and yeah. There is both photographic and video evidence of me being on The Wetter the Better as well.
Bloody hell. David, how are you?
Yes, I'm very well. Yeah, good.
You have just been to New York.
I have.
How was the food? Let's get on to the fucking food, because we are literally half hour into a show.
Yeah.
We barely mentioned food at all.
And as we know, I've only got half hour left.
Correct.
So, no, it was really good. Yeah, really good. I've always said, I maintain even now, I'm more of a starter man than a dessert man. I tend to prefer the savoury stuff to the sweet stuff, and so you'll find me eating like a portion of wings as a starter before I have a cheesecake for dessert, or whatever. But I was quite surprised with the amount of sort of dessert sort of based dishes I had out there. I sort of went pretty hard with the sweet stuff. And I had we went to I won't go through it all, but some of the key places I went to the Black Tap, Black Tap Burger and Beers sort of place, and that's obviously, I don't know if you know about it, but it's got a huge following on sort of social media and Instagram. Huge. I don't want to quote this wrong. So what I'll probably do is
not quote it at all.
Not quote it at all. / just have a little look on my Insta. 300,000 followers on Instagram. So big following. Black Tap Craft Burgers and Beers, and I believe they've got 3 in New York and 1 in Vegas at the Venetian.
Wow.
And what their big thing are crazy shakes, which are basically milkshakes on roids. I had the Brooklyn Blackout, which was a chocolate milkshake with like 2 slices of brownie at the top. Yeah, loads of cream, chocolate chips, all that sort of stuff. And for anyone listening that doesn't follow me on Instagram, please do _ David Goss, because I do upload a lot of my pictures when I go out and eat and stuff. And if that stuff does interest you and you want recommendations, then yeah, by all means follow me there. But so I have uploaded pictures of it, and it was a monster.
I've got the picture of it here, and it does look fucking like disgustingly mental. Yeah,
I thought I might have a heart attack, especially given that was my last meal basically of the holiday, and I'd already overindulged somewhat. But my main meal there was I ordered it because it sounded a little bit different, and actually, real life anecdote. I had a real life anecdote, true story anecdote. I actually had a dream probably about half a year ago that I was at some event, some function or something, where they had loads of food put on, but it was like loads of quirky like ideas. And one of the things I ate in my dream was called a pizza burger. And I can't really remember much about it, but I ate this pizza burger and I was like, how come no one's thought of this before? It was insane. Anyway, I looked at the menu when I got there. Pizza burgers on the menu, because I already knew I was having that. Already knew that my dreams were literally coming true. And I am very pleased to say it was incredible. My picture of it on social media doesn't really do it justice.
No. But
how it comes out, it was a prime beef patty. You choose how rare you want it. So I've ordered it medium rare. Mm-hmm. And it's covered in cheese and mozzarella. So
mozzarella is a cheese.
Yeah. No, but I think I've got a feeling. No, I'm saying that I think there might have been 2 cheeses. Okay. I'm not sure if it was just mozzarella. It might be. But there's definitely mozzarella covered all over the top. So you can't actually even tell that there's a burger there. It looks like just a big ball of mozzarella. Then on a bottom bun. Then you've got a top bun that's off it. It's not been placed on top. And on top of the top bun, you've got a little bowl with your tomato paste in.
Marinara?
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I was trying to think of the word. I wanted to say tomato sauce, tomato paste. Yeah, like a marinara.
Yeah. That's
exactly it. And then you pour that over the top, and then you put the bun, obviously, then on top of that. You sort of do the last bit of the construction yourself. Anyway, way too messy a burger to sort of pick up and eat with your hands. So I sort of cut that up, and it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, amazing. So that was a great meal. But amongst that, I went to Milk and Cookies, which is a very famous, again, sort of very insta popular cookies and ice cream parlour, because it is just fucking insane. I had an ice cream cookie sandwich. I went for 2 funfetti sort of cookies, which are essentially just sugary and sprinkles. Birthday cake ice cream, and then white chocolate chips as the filling of the ice cream, which is just mental. And again, that defeated me.
It does look like something that would defeat you.
Just too sweet, or
no, just too filling. I had already had I'd already been to, relevant to the podcast subject, I'd just been to a street food market, and so we'd eaten a bit there and then walked to this place afterwards. So that was why it defeated me, in all honesty. But it was huge. And when I say defeated me, I left about half a cookie. So I'd had all the ice cream and I had one and a half of these massive cookies already.
Are you on Instagram, Stuart?
I am, yeah. I'm just trying to find David now. I don't know whether I'm following David on Instagram.
Yeah, you are, because you're Telly Blaster, aren't you?
I am Telly Blaster, yeah.
Yeah. You do follow me. You have liked some of my things.
I don't really use Instagram anymore. I was really into Instagram for a while, and then I've just kind of gone off it. Oh yeah, there you are.
Yeah, I should be there. And obviously you got me on Facebook as well.
Wow. Yeah, that is an insane ice cream cookie sandwich.
Yeah, it is, and it's huge. It's stacked, like.
Yeah, it looks like.
It's not like the Ben & Jerry's one you can buy over here, which I do love. This was massive.
Yeah, you can
really
actually see
big.
the ice cream in this one.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I guess the only other things I'll mention, and I just had I tried the Philly cheesesteak whilst I was out there. Philly cheesesteak sandwich, which I really liked. Yeah, can't go wrong, really, can you? With steak, melted cheese, and like peppers and stuff, and that's great in a little baguette thing. So that's amazing. I had obviously I was with my girlfriend and her best friend. We were staying with her while we were out there, and being ladies, they've got this fascination that I think just us men don't have with the idea of brunch. Like, I don't know about you. I don't know if that's like important to you guys, but brunch is just never really. I'd rather just eat breakfast and a lunch, or just skip breakfast and go for a lunch. But women and brunch is just a mystery I'll never quite understand. They really wanted to go for brunch, and we found this place, this really nice sort of cafe sort of thing in Brooklyn to go to. And I had buttermilk fried chicken and waffles.
Yes.
With like maple bacon and poached egg. Poached egg, which was amazing. That was one of my favourite meals. And I guess the other thing to mention, I tried a Shake Shack while I was out there.
All right.
Because I know we do have it in London, so I'm not going to go too much into it. I'm sure there might even be others across the country as well over here. But yeah, I'd been recommended it by two of my closest friends, actually. Weirdly, I've only been recommended it twice, but they're by two of my closest friends. They both said it's their favourite burger. They've both cited it, referenced it as being like the best. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a go. It wasn't for me anywhere near like my best and favourites, but it was good. Hannah wasn't very happy with it.
Wow.
To be fair, I think she found it a little bit too greasy and stuff. Whereas I guess you guys would agree. Well, I know you agree, Nathan. But sometimes with these burger joints, like the greasier the better, really.
Yes, 100%.
For that sort of thing. So yeah, we had the chicken burger, and we also had the Shake Shack sort of cheeseburger. We had cheesy chips, and we had 2 milkshakes each, salted caramel, and the other one was called Black and White, which is basically vanilla ice cream stuffed with brownie or fudge or something like that. Really cool. Both the milkshakes were very nice. We loved the milkshakes. I actually really liked the whole meal, but like I say, Hannah didn't really like the burgers, but it was good. Yeah, it was nice. And then the other place to mention that we went to, other than obviously the street food market, which I'm sure we'll get into in a bit, but went to, I think it's called the Midway Diner or something like that. And it's basically where Seinfeld was created. Oh, yeah. Like, they sat and spoke about the show, and that's where the idea was born or something like that, in this diner that they went to a lot. Mm-hmm. It had sort of, with some of these places, a bit like Black Tap that I went to, it has queues outside, which are normally just full of English tourists. So that these are probably places that people have found on the internet before they've gone and stuff. And because there's obviously so many places where you can eat over there, but these few select places get, filled to the brim with queues outside. I don't know if you've heard of like Ellen, was it Ellen Stardust or something? No. Stardust. Basically, it's a diner in New York, and I think there might be another one as well. But it's a diner where basically all the waiting staff like sing, and they're all performers.
Oh.
And they're all, yeah, and it's a huge thing, and it's multicolored bagels and stuff like that. Loads of unique and sort of quirky gimmicks, and it just basically makes it a complete tourist sort of hotspot.
Did you go?
And I didn't go to it. No,
I can't think of anything worse than that.
And I know a lot of people would feel that way as well, like fuck off while I'm trying to eat, sort of thing. And they're literally singing and dancing as they deliver your food and take your orders and stuff. And it's very, very much it's something you do for the experience. But we had read sort of reviews that actually the food was pretty average.
Yeah.
So that's why we sort of didn't go for that. But we went for this Midtown. I can't remember what it's called, Midway or something like that, diner, which I think Hannah had seen sort of, good reviews off. I think that's maybe why she looked for it or something like that. But I had an incredible omelette and potato. It was called the Roma omelette, and it had sausages, mushrooms, peppers, and stuff like that. And the sort of potato was really, really nice as well. So I loved that meal. That's sort of, in my mind, just a rough explanation of what I ate over there, some key bits. But loved it, boys. Yeah, loved it.
Just in one word, or possibly two, what food wise is better, London or New York overall, that you've tasted?
On
average,
you said two words.
You want to say New York, but you know that you're going to sound like an absolute snake.
No, see, if anything, the opposite. I think I prefer the food here at home.
Well, say it. Say London.
No.
Simple.
I would say London. Yeah, I would say London.
Good.
I think, I absolutely loved my sort of ice cream cookie sandwich, and I can't think of anywhere sort of in London that does that. And so that's cool, that's unique. But when I do think about it, us British people, we do breakfast properly, don't we? Full English breakfast. You can't beat it. And I was craving one while I was out there, but you can't for love nor money find a breakfast with a couple of sausages, a couple of rashers of bacon, hash brown, beans, mushrooms. Oh, I missed it. So that's one course we already win. And I think
based on one meal.
No. This is like just everywhere I went. It just nowhere seems to do like a full English breakfast. It doesn't seem to be on anyone's radar, but it's simple and it's genius. But no, otherwise it's pretty much the same. There's amazing places in both, but I think for that I prefer the English options.
Fair dinkum. Since you've last been on the show, we have started asking our guests random questions, and I think that you got a bit pissed at me.
Fuming about how great the podcast got when I got off it. Hang on. Do I get to play the game again?
You don't get to play Sweeter or Savoury, no.
Fuck's sake, why?
Because you've already played. You already have a dismal score.
That's not fair. I should have a chance to beat it. I'm sure they've had people on Top Gear twice that have done the fucking Stig thing.
Stuart, you're
Come on.
Stuart, you are the host of SRS. I'll leave it to you to judge.
I think if Gossi hadn't talked for 30 minutes solidly about Italian football, Championship Manager and wrestling, then we might have had time for Sweeter or Savoury here. But, you've made your bed, Gossi. Now you can lie in it, mate.
Oh, that calcio-shaped bed. No, fair enough, boys. We'll just say I won.
Yeah, okay.
I won the game. I won the game because you knew it was going to go on for too long. I was going to get record scores.
couldn't do much worse than our previous guest in 2018. Shout out to Alex. We will do random questions, though, because you didn't get a chance to do that. Give me 3 numbers between 1 and 10.
7.
Yep. 2 more.
10.
1 more.
He's just waiting for footballers to run past the screen with the backs to him. Oh, it's the goalie. 1.
31.
It's half time. And 2, because that's the score in the game. 2 nil.
Okay, I'll ask you in that order then. Are there any foods from your childhood that you miss?
Ooh.
It doesn't have to be a full meal or anything. It could just be like a chocolate bar. It could be something your mum used to cook. Could be
yes. Oh my god, yes there is. So I was thinking of standards like the Dream Bar, stuff like that. But all jokes aside, if the Dream Bar came back, I'd probably buy it like maybe once or something. But there was one drink, right, and I used to have it weekly during a part of my childhood where I was very into sort of, my sort of acting and stuff like that. And I just remember as a kid, I had rehearsals for something every Sunday.
Mad Dog 2020.
No, what's that? What are you saying?
You can still get that, surely.
Can you?
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Basically, booze for kids.
Yeah, syrup booze.
Jokes. I just remember every Sunday I used to get this drink from Woolworths, and it was Ice Tizer.
Oh,
yes, I remember you mentioning this before.
Ice Tizer. And it wasn't like Tizer at all. It was a completely different drink. Ice Tizer, I used to love it. And the thought of the bottle now and the packaging and the taste, how much I used to love it, that would hit some serious nostalgic tones with me. I would absolutely love just one last bottle. That's all I want. One last bottle of Ice Tizer. That would be fucking incredible. Love that.
All right. Shout out to Bar Drinks, who I think make Tizer.
Yeah.
Make it.
Yeah, that would be my one. I'd want to bring that back.
I see Tizer Ice now. Oh, like you're saying from your childhood, this is like from 10 years ago.
He is young, Stuart.
My childhood. No. I think it would have been. I think we're probably looking at about 15 years ago. No, more than that actually, because I'm actually not that young anymore. I think it's probably about 18 to 20 years ago, maybe.
Having seen the can previously, or the bottle previously, it does look like something that was in the 90s.
Yeah, it does look pretty 90s, actually.
Oh, yeah. It was a big, definite 90s. But yeah, absolutely loved that drink. It was,
Fair enough.
Yeah, launched in the late 90s.
Question 10 then. Marry, fuck, kill. Breakfast, lunch,
Me,
dinner.
Nate, MJ. No.
would answer it. No.
Marry, fuck, kill. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yeah. Well, this is. Oh, thank God that I won't be taking up too much time answering this question because it is very, very, very easy. Kill breakfast.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And that is it's the easiest question to answer because easy because breakfast is it is pretty dead anyway. I don't even eat it every day. Correct. I eat it barely any days. I'd rather sleep. However,
just spent his time in New York missing the full English breakfast because he doesn't like breakfast.
Right. But I want to elaborate on this. Right. So lunch would be fuck. You can have some naughty things for lunch. You can have some tasty little badgers for lunch. I'm telling you, you can. Anything really goes. But let's face it, you got to marry dinner. It is the dinner. It's the comfort food at the end of the day. It's what you eat when you get home from work. It's what you're eating out for your major celebrations. And let's face it, when you're out for dinner, you can still order the all-day breakfast. You can still have whatever you would eat for lunch. It is the mealtime that encompasses everything.
Thank you.
Everything goes. And that is why that isn't just my opinionated answer. That is the definitive answer. Because basically it's the most flexible. You can eat everything for dinner, but you can't necessarily get away with eating everything for breakfast. And at the same time, the bloody unsociable hours that come with breakfast. You can have an early dinner, but you can't really have a late breakfast when you're at work. Shoot, next question.
Fair enough. I love your answer. I think I know the answer. This would be a quick one. Sweet or savoury tooth?
Oh, I've already said.
Yeah.
Can we not do another one?
Nah. Fuck it.
Shit, I've already said that I've answered the question before you've even bloody given me it.
Well, it's fine. You've done it then, haven't you?
Oh,
if you hadn't have answered the question earlier, you've answered it now, so fuck you.
Bit pathetic that I asked to bloody play the game. You bloody asking me the question, sweet or savoury. Fuming. If you didn't want to play it, choose another question, mate.
Fine.
It's the start of the game, innit? Sweet or saviour.
Give me another number then.
Go on.
Shut you up.
Yeah. 4.
Are you allergic to any foods?
Easy. No.
Of course. Excellent. Thank you. We'll just move on now.
Apart from all foods, because I seem to eat and just get bigger and fatter, and I swell. I swell. I keep swelling and gaining weight. I'm allergic to everything. Next question. I don't think I am. To be honest, no.
No, I'm not. Are you, Stuart?
No, don't think so. No.
I can't think of any. I certainly haven't eaten something that I'm allergic to. If I am.
No.
And I've eaten a lot.
Yeah, good question. Interesting question, but yeah, easy answer.
No worries. Let's move on. Stuart, I didn't find anything particularly beyond the KFC story, which is dying down now. Do you have any food news?
I don't. Once again, it's a week for news, yeah.
Yeah, I searched and couldn't find anything particularly interesting. No. So fuck news, move on.
KFC thing has been mad, though, innit? Like, yeah.
Yeah, so guys, I'll give you the opportunity. Can you fill me in with what actually happened? Because I was away when basically one of my friends cracked a joke that Gossy goes away and leaves the country for 1 week, and the entire
KFC,
the entire fried chicken monopoly of fast food implodes, which I thought was quite funny because it is bloody great.
It's weird because the opposite happened of you going away. Rather than having a surplus of chicken, the opposite happened. They actually ran out, yeah.
I believe they were using a distribution company that was based in Oldham near me, right? And they decided for business reasons, I imagine in just pure profitability. I think did they move to like using DHL or something ridiculous for their chicken deliveries, and the other company were using like 20 different warehouses and had this nationwide chicken delivery system, and DHL basically took the tender and then were trying to run it all out of one warehouse, and they just couldn't handle the volume.
Fuck.
And if it wasn't DHL, I'm sorry for slandering them.
No, it was unless the news reported it wrong, it was definitely DHL.
Right, yeah, DHL. There you go. Can't even deliver a parcel to someone on time without damaging it. Yeah, we want to trust them with the nation's chicken. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that is pretty mental.
Yeah. Little fun fact for me about me is that before I started working in accountancy, I did a very small part-time job for a shipping company, and DHL had the affectionate nickname of "Drop it, hide it, lose it."
Funny.
There you go. Hashtag anecdote.
Funny.
Yep. Well done.
Words.
I like that. Good knowledge. Yeah. Did you see the apology? The KFC apology.
Yeah, I like it.
Quite good. Won us all over, didn't it?
The old FCK. Good question, though. I know, Stuart, you're not necessarily huge into sort of fast food and KFC necessarily, but when is too soon to return to KFC without worry of getting food poisoning?
Surely it's like with anything. It's always safest just after, isn't it? Surely. Soon as something's happened, I reckon so.
I just worry that you're going to get chicken that's sat around in a warehouse for a few weeks.
No, I think
they would. They would be doing that
today. Right now is the safest time to eat that chicken.
Let's go
right now. Yeah, come on. Right. Thank you for listening to
Yeah. So that's the only sort of news story that I could find. I didn't really want to it's just obviously dragged on. But I did love the video. I don't know if you've seen it, Stuart, of the woman that was driving away from the KFC, and she says to the news reporters, "I've had to go to Burger King."
I haven't seen that.
No.
But I would be equally pissed off. About fucking twice the price and not as good.
Yeah. Well,
controversial. I know. You two are big Burger King fans, aren't you? But...
Incorrect. Well, an hour into the show, and we've not even mentioned what tonight's subject will be.
This was a comment on the YouTube upload of the last one. Someone had commented like, "If you've come here for talk about Death Row, you're going to be disappointed because it's literally just 5 minutes at the end."
Yeah,
you're going to be deadly disappointed.
Tonight's show is partially about street food. Mr. David Goss is a big fan of street food. I believe Stuart probably is. You look like a street food kind of guy.
I love it. It's something that isn't as prevalent in my life as I'd like it to be. It tends to only happen at kind of special occasions. It's not as big on the actual street. There are places where you can go in Manchester that have street food. Yep. So there are like kind of destination craft beer and street food venues where they'll have a rotating array of street food vendors that will come into there or park up or what have you. But
that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, but we haven't got like the actual street food in Manchester in terms of going down the main like Market Street, which is like the main high street in town. It's poor quality like 1990s street food, like baked potatoes.
Yeah.
Like a dirty sausage. Yeah, like a dirty sausage.
Yeah. No, I think the street food in this day and age, it sort of encompasses what you're saying. That, like, the vendors, the pop-up restaurants, essentially, sort of all come under that umbrella now, don't they? Where they, there's a location that's known for it and beers and it's all sort of street food, isn't it? Just small, tiny pop-up takeaways, I guess. Yeah.
Love it. Like, it's the choice, isn't it? It's great.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, and it makes for a great night out as well. Not just for somewhere to eat, but you combine it with a few beers and stuff. I went to a street food place in London for my birthday, actually, as part of the night out. Obviously, we went somewhere afterwards, but we started off at a street food place. Yeah.
Before we get into talking about it too much detail, I do have some quivia.
Yeah.
Obviously, street food is quite a difficult area to sort of put together a quiz about because obviously it's quite a generic or a broad subject. So what I've done instead is I've got 10 street foods from around the world, and all I want you fine chaps to do is guess what country they are most prevalent in.
Amazing.
3 points. 3 points if you get the correct country. I'll give you 1 point if you're in the right continent, but you haven't got the right country.
Interesting.
Right, let's go.
What I'll do is I'll give. Go on. No, go on.
How are we answering them?
So I will. I was going to say I'll give you the name of the food, and I'll give you a very, very brief description of what it is. And then you can tell me the country. I will start with you, David, because you're the guest, and you weren't. I don't think Quivia was around when you first came on the show. So.
No, absolutely not.
No. First one is pizza. No, sorry. The first one is Imrat, spelled Imqaret. It's a deep fried pastry filled with date mixture. So, David, what country do you think that might be?
Holy fuck. How do you spell it again?
Stop Googling.
Yeah, isn't it? Just got to quickly do a little search. No. How is it spelled again?
Imqaret.
He's Googling it.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. In fact, I can prove to you. And just clap for the entire duration.
Oh, he's mastered the one-hand clap.
I'll just clap. No, I won't clap either. But it'll get
slapping his leg.
No, I just wanted to know, just to see if I got sort of any clues from like the language. Imqaret. and it's a pastry. It's a pastry stuff. Yeah, trying to think of any obscure footballers that are called like Jonathan Incorrect.
Yeah, it's a deep fried pastry filled with date mixture.
Date mixture. That makes me feel like it's European. Makes me feel like it's European. Makes me feel like it's Europe. I'm gonna go with. Israel.
Stuart,
Oh, that's not a bad shout, actually.
can you advance on Israel?
Well, I'm thinking. I mean, it's Mediterranean, but is it
right?
If it's dates, it's got to be Mediterranean or kind of Middle Eastern. Israel isn't a bad guess. I'm going to move slightly over from Israel, and I'm going to go Turkey.
I was thinking Turkey, Greece, Cyprus, but I've been to Turkish restaurants. I don't think I've seen it. Or maybe I've seen the word dates and I've just it's already gone over my head. But maybe I've just let it wash over me. But yeah, I do agree that you could be in the better ballpark there. That's where I've sort of gone along a bit further on and gone Israel. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Go on.
The answer is Malta.
Oh, fair. Yeah, would never have said that.
No, I would never.
Second food is, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce this. I think it's Bigila. So that's Bigilla.
Okay.
And it is essentially mashed beans.
The Bigila duet. Oh, Jazzy Fizzle. Fizzle, fizzle. Go. Oh, no.
Brilliant. Is it me?
Yeah, let's go Stuart next.
I'm going to go. What did you say it was? Sorry, mashed
beans. It's like a dip, I guess.
Okay, let's go Lebanon.
Oh, see, I was thinking. Yeah, I wasn't thinking anywhere near there. Mashed beans. Are we talking like baked beans?
I believe broad beans or something.
Right.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Begia. Because it would probably be pronounced Begia, wouldn't it? Begia.
Something like that. I couldn't find.
Depends where they're from.
Exactly.
I couldn't find a specific pronunciation, so I'm guessing Begia.
If they're from London, it's probably Begilla. Begilla. It sounds Spanish.
Probably say Spain then.
No.
Portuguese.
But yeah, Spanish speaking maybe. Fuck it, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna say Argentina.
Oh, not a bad shout.
Yeah, I was gonna say Peru, but I think that might be a bit too quirky.
Because I'm an absolute scumbag and I thought I'd throw a curveball straight away, it's Malta again.
You twat.
Oh, what an absolute...
You twat. You fucking dickhead. I'm never coming on this fucking podcast again. Not even if you let me do a sweet or savourer.
Just come on solely for that.
No, that's great. My next answer's Malta because you're a fucking twat. Yeah. What's question 4? I'm joking. Keep going. Good. Great fun. I'm enjoying myself.
My third food is kovrigi. It's a pretzel covered in poppy or sesame seeds.
Oh.
We'll go with David this time. We'll alternate.
And can you spell that out for me?
Kovrigi. Kovrigi.
Now, obviously, we know Divock Origi is a Belgian footballer. So the bagel Origi, or whatever you just said, is probably no. Weirdly, this is the one I feel like I've heard of most.
As if.
No, genuinely, it sounds the most sort of. What's in it? What's in it? The poppy seed.
Essentially, it's a pretzel covered in poppy or sesame seeds.
Yeah. I'm just going to go with...
Not quite a pretzel, but similar.
Yeah, I think the Divock Origi. It's got to be Belgium.
Belgium, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
good player actually. Chances at Liverpool.
Well,
maybe he needs more sesame seeds.
I was thinking that I was going to go European again, but I don't know whether you'd go 3 Europe in a row.
Oh, fuck. That's so true. Or maybe he's gone Malta 3 in a row.
Oh, if he has. See, for some reason, I can't get... I'm with the name of it, I'm thinking Riga, which is Riga in Latvia?
It's Latvia, yeah.
Yeah, so
I've been there, yeah.
I was thinking Latvia, but I'm reckoning that it won't be Europe, but I'm going to go that kind of ends. I'm going to go Uzbekistan.
Oh, fucking hell.
Brilliant.
Stuart, you're going to hate me.
It's Latvia, isn't it?
It's Romania in Europe.
Oh.
So, current scores, Gossy with 2, Stuart with 1.
Yeah. How many of these are there?
10.
It's quite fun.
10.
Oh, yeah, we like that. That's good. It's a healthy number.
4th food is doubles. It's a flatbread filled with curried chickpeas. Doubles. And it is how you would imagine doubles would be spelled.
Dubbles.
No, it's not how you would imagine doubles would be spelled. It's the word double with an S on the end. Just to clarify.
Right, and it's got chickpeas in it.
It's a flatbread filled with curried chickpeas.
Right, I'm going for Morocco.
Morocco.
Yes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great guess.
Yeah, isn't it? Flatbread, immediately think of, like, I guess Mediterranean or Northern African.
Ooh,
I do, to be honest, but I was thinking of the moment you said curried, that threw me. And the chickpeas, that is
Do you know what? I really enjoy a chickpea.
Oh yeah, we went to the chain of Greek restaurants, the Real Greek, recently, and the hummus topped with chickpeas was delightful.
Oh fuck me, that's a great goal.
Thank you.
Oh, chickpeas. Doubles. Curried chickpeas. I'm just going to go with...
Nathan, you're gonna have to hurry the boy up. Come on.
Fuck. I'm going to go Tunisia.
Tunisia. And what did you say, Stuart? You said Morocco, didn't you?
I said Morocco.
You're both wrong, and you're both in the wrong continent. It is in fact
Asia.
Is it?
Yeah,
Trinidad and Tobago.
Pardon?
Whoa!
Correct.
No way.
Mental. Absolutely.
Fun fact: Dwight York's favourite food.
Brilliant.
That
Brilliant.
works on so many levels. You're so much better than MJ. Okay.
Oh, fuck. Never would have got that because I was thinking, it could be Asian. But no, Trinidad and Tobago. Just didn't think they were into flatbreads or chickpea. No. Well, no, chickpeas, yeah, fair.
Or
but
curried.
Not curried goat.
Yeah, there's a lot of curry in the West Indies.
Yeah, there is.
Caribbean.
Just flatbread. It was flatbread that completely threw me. That's why I was, good though.
To be honest, the quizmaster's been a bit of a dick, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah.
By what? Picking a question with an answer?
Impossible questions, correct.
Okay, food number 5. Lock. LOK -
Who's there?
Deep fried foods such as meats and vegetables served on a skewer.
And can you actually spell it again?
LOK - LOK.
Oh,
I'm on this. Come on, I know the answer, David. So,
do you actually?
Yeah,
I do. I know the answer. Yeah.
Okay, so it's my go. I am going to say, and it's deep. Did you say it's deep fried meats or vegetables?
Mm-hmm. Served on a skewer. So essentially like a deep fried kebab.
Interesting. I'm going to say, fuck.
No, that's not a country.
I thought it was Asia, but now I'm just thinking Africa. Nah, fuck it. I'm
Neither
going to
are
say...
countries. Come on, mate.
Ghana.
So competitive. Ghana. Okay. Stuart.
Cambodia.
Closer, it's Malaysia.
Oh, I knew. Oh, sorry. That's what I meant.
Where is Cambodia?
It's near Malaysia.
Frothing. So it's Asia.
Yeah.
Oh, fuckers.
Drawn
Fuckers.
level. Food number 6. Asinan. Asinan. Asinan.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Asinan.
Yeah.
Asinan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Asinan. And it is pickled vegetable or fruit.
Yep. Yep.
Go on then, you're first, mate.
Yes, Stuart.
Oh, yeah, I am. It's Malaysia again. You've malted us again.
Oh, have I? Have I malted you?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Asinan. It's bloody... It's them bloody Philippines, isn't it? Them bloody Filipinos.
Gossy nudges ahead. It's Indonesia.
Oh, well, hang on. Why does he nudge your head then?
Philippines is the same thing. Same country, isn't it?
Philippines is not the same as Indonesia.
Yeah.
Indonesia's an island.
No,
Why does he nudge your head when we both went for the same continent?
Philippines, Indonesia, Siamese,
I
what are
didn't.
these?
I said Malaysia.
Oh, sorry. I've written down Malta because you said I think you malted me. Mental. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 7. Scatcha. Scaccia. And this is a stuffed flatbread, usually stuffed with a combination of 2 of these: cheese, tomato, onion, or eggplant.
And can you spell it again?
Scaccia.
Yep.
Scatcha. So that is you, Gossy, to start.
And what is it again?
Listen the first time.
Always the same.
Stuffed flatbread.
Yeah.
And it's usually stuffed with 2 of the following: cheese, tomato, onion, or eggplant.
Interesting. I am going to go with... Oh, fuck it. Italy.
Okay. Stuart?
Croatia.
Fuck.
That's a great... Stuart... Has Stuart pulled it out of his arse? No, it's actually Italy.
Oh!
We'll get our first totally correct answer. So that's 3 points to Gossy, 1 to Stuart.
Do you know why I shit myself there? I had to fucking... you had to ask it a few times because the word is Italian as it comes. I'm sat here watching fucking Italian football. I haven't spoke about it with you lot for half an hour. I couldn't afford to show myself up like that.
No, correct.
But do you know what I was very close to going with? Because I thought you were going to like malter us in the sense of just being really fucking vague. I thought it was going to be like something to do with San Marino. Because I don't know about you guys. I've never seen that on a restaurant menu or anything. That's why it was. That's why I didn't really. I weren't 100% confident in it. The word was Italian, but I haven't seen it on an Italian menu, which was why I thought maybe it is like a surrounding.
Well, being a street food is hardly going to turn up on your Bella Italia, is it?
I know, but if it's that fucking popular, then probably it would be.
Number 8, Kong Yu Bing. CONG space YOU space BING. Kong Yu Bing. And it's another flatbread, this time folded with minced scallions, which are green onions for those who don't know.
So a flatbread.
Another flatbread folded with minced scallions. Kong Yu Bing.
Well, it sounds... Is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, as I tried to be clever last time, it sounds really Chinese, so rather than trying to be clever and go for like an outlying place, I'm going to say China.
Okay.
Can you spell it again once more for me?
CONG space
CONG.
CONG.
Yeah.
Space YOU as in you.
Yeah.
Space BING. Bing. Kong Yu Bing.
Right. Now, again, my only real the clues here for me are language or the actual ingredients used, and I don't even know what fucking scallions are, if I'm honest. So
it's a green onion.
Spring onions.
I've never seen a green onion in my life. I've only seen
Spring
red
onions,
ones and
mate.
white ones.
Spring onions.
Yeah. Oh, spring onions.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I did think at first as well, is this Nathan, right, trying to be clever and use, like, some abbreviated, like, you know, oh, what's this? BYOB. What country's BYOB from? Well, whatever country does bring your own booze. Next question.
Muslim countries.
But I think Konyu Bing, it doesn't sound Chinese to me.
What does it sound?
Well, I don't think of China. I don't know. Actually, it sounds more Korean.
South?
Yeah, fuck it.
South Korea. Is in Asia, which gets you 1 point. Stuart, however, gets 3 points because it is indeed Chinese.
Fuck.
In your face, David Goss.
Yeah,
Back
you
level.
smashed it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right, number 9.
This is dramatic. What's the score? We're even, aren't we?
You're even with 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 each.
That's good. Yeah, cool.
Number 9, I've got no idea how to pronounce this. I'm going to have a go. Svenge. S-F-E-N-J.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mental.
And it's a donut cooked in oil, sprinkled with sugar or soaked in honey.
And that is for me first, isn't it?
You, yes, that's you.
I am going to go with Poland.
It does sound kind of, the word sounds kind of Scandinavian.
It does. But for some reason, the dessert...
Yeah, cold.
Yeah.
What did you say though?
So basically, I thought the word was Scandinavian, but for some reason, the actual dish itself sounds quite Eastern European.
Describe the.
It's a donut sprinkled. It's cooked in oil, which most donuts are anyway. Sprinkled with sugar or soaked in honey.
See, that's reminding me of like the kind of, the rum baba.
Oh, I've never had a rum baba.
Which for me is a more southern. I'm going to go. Oh God, I'm going to say punt Algeria.
Sorry?
Algeria.
That's mental.
Random North African country.
So we've gone from
Scandinavia to another continent.
Another word I think sounds Scandinavian, but I disagree. I don't think that the dish sounds European at all. I think it sounds either Middle Eastern or North African.
Yeah, fair.
North African, you say? Somewhere like Morocco?
Algeria.
No, it's Morocco. I thought it was implied.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Morocco. So Stuart, with
Is
one
winning.
question left...
It's a point ahead.
Nudges that little beard forward.
And Lorenzo Insigne, my spirit animal, is just about to take a penalty to make it 4-0. If he scores it, I have a chance. He's scored it. Bring on question 10.
10.
Dramatic ending.
Esquites. E-S-Q-U-I-T-E-S. Or one word, esquites. And it is essentially toasted corn.
Yeah.
Esquites.
And you're going first, Stu.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know it.
I'm foaming as well because I definitely know it down to 3 countries. So whatever you go with, if I go with the same.
Mexican.
Yeah, 100%. That I think
Mexican.
I think that is very much correct. Now, however, we all know that if I go with the same as you, it is impossible for me to win. So, it makes sense that I would just acknowledge that I think it's Mexican, but go and suggest a different thing, and
Sweden.
I will go with
Nicaragua. Oh.
And what is it? Did you say?
Toasted corn.
It's corn.
Yeah, I'm going to have to then go for Spain.
Oh.
Because it's a different continent then as well.
Oh.
I
mean, it doesn't.
I think there you've lost regardless.
Yeah.
If you go the same, so you may as well go completely off the wall.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Stuart just smashed it. It is Mexicanese.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. So Stuart does win, which with a 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 11 to 7. Well done, Stuart.
Nice.
Cheers, man.
Nice
I'm sorry to say this. I didn't want to tell you this before, Gossy, because I didn't want to put too much pressure on you. But if you'd beaten me in that game, I would have let you play Sweeter or Savoury tonight.
Oh, wow.
A sicko.
Phoning.
Lost though, innit? So.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well done, Stuart. I described you as the brain of FRUK Unwrapped at the start of the show, and you've lived up to the reputation.
That was
Thank you, Nathan.
That was great fun. That was great.
Yeah,
fun.
that was awesome, Quivia, mate.
That was. I really loved that. Loved that.
You're welcome. Yeah. You're welcome.
Nice.
I do love a bit of Quivia on this show.
Nice one.
In fact, why doesn't Quivia have its own theme tune?
Because I haven't made it yet.
Correct.
Yet.
Pull your finger out. Anyway, so street food. We're now on 20 minutes into the show. Let's finally get on to street food.
Well, we have just done a Quivia on street food.
I know, but not properly chatting about it like lads, have we?
Well,
lads. Lovely bit of food in the old gob.
It's pretty laddish, talking about the potential language origins of the words and stuff like that. And the locks and your kong your bing. Come on, you bing. It's nothing more laddie than a football chant.
Which has nothing to do with this show.
Kong you bing.
Let's just get straight into it. What's your favourite? What's your favourite street foods that you've had? What stands out to you guys?
I actually have a favourite, so I'll let Stu go first.
Couple of big winners for me would be I had the halloumi fries that I had at Camden Market, which you guys had all already had, blew me away. I had a what was it? What it was? I can't. Do you know what? I can't even remember the name of it. But I had this kind of Mediterranean. They were doing. It was like a meze kind of thing, but they did everything in a wrap. What was the name of the place? Can't remember. But it was essentially like hummus, roasted vegetables, this lamb stuff, like all loads of stuff in this monster great big flatbread wrap that was essentially like a great big, I suppose, North African Mediterranean burrito that I had really, really recently that stuck in my memory. And my other absolute street food hero, I've got a shout out to Manchester, which is, we've got a Manchester ice cream place called Ginger's Comfort Emporium, which originally started off as a kind of vintage ice cream van, which is called Ginger, this ice cream van, and they do immense ice creams. So the first time I saw them were at events, so very much in a street food setting. They have a place now in Manchester, which, back to David's ice cream cookie sandwich, they put something on social media the other day, which was 2 jam donuts with ice cream in between them, which was just insane. But they do an ice cream that they call it's named after a town, like a really hipster town in South Manchester called Chorlton. They call it Chorlton Crack, and it's salted caramel and peanut butter ice cream, and it's the best ice cream in the world. And my absolute street food. If I go to anything and Gingers are there, like if I see that sold out of Chorlton Crack, I'm crying. And it often happens. They will sell out of that flavour. Amazing stuff, and I have to represent. I've got to put them in there to represent Manchester. As soon as I went with a London one and felt a bit sick afterwards. So
that's good. That's 2 really good suggestions. To be fair, and great recommendations as well. I haven't actually had the. Is it Ali? I want to say Ali Barber's. Yeah. I've been there, but I didn't actually have any food.
The halloumi fries.
Yeah, the halloumi fries. I haven't had them yet.
Do you like halloumi though?
Oh, sorry.
Do you like halloumi in itself?
Oh, he asked, do I like halloumi?
Yes. He likes halloumi.
Yeah, correct, Stu. Cheers.
Yeah.
Love halloumi. I think people know me for it, which was why I was, to be honest, bit disappointing that you've been my friend for so long and have failed to acknowledge that. But
I'm asking on behalf of the listeners who don't know you so well.
I fucking love halloumi. Absolutely love it. It is. I first, to be fair, came into contact with it via Nando's. People can slag it off all they want, but it introduced me to it, and I think, to be honest, it very much birthed its current popularity. That may sound controversial, but I think it was, to be fair, how popular Nando's was and people discovering that on the menu that really gave it its sort of meteoric rise outside, in the sort of street food circuit. I don't know if you guys disagree with that, but it's everywhere.
It's a bit hard for me to say. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Possible. Yeah. It's possible. Halloumi fries are a big thing now because, as I say, the Greek restaurant that we went to the other day served them. They were fantastic there. Probably better than the Alibabas.
Wow.
But also, coming full circle to you saying about Nando's, apparently Nando's have now introduced halloumi fries.
I was literally just about to say, to tie in your earlier lack of food news and the fact that people know I love halloumi, I did get tagged in that news earlier today that Nando's are actually now launching their own halloumi fries. So
I'll be interested to see what
that's like. Incredible. That's great. Yeah.
The Alibaba's one though, they're down on my list as one of the very much like you, Stuart. I like street food. I like the idea of it, and it's certainly something that I'd like more of. But it's not really something that's been hugely present in my life. I'm sort of getting into it more. Literally, I mean, the places that I've got listed down are Camden that I've eaten at, and stupidly enough, we've got who I work for. We've got an office near Borough Market, and I've never really used that as a source of food until recently. So, and I've had a couple of amazing meals from there. So, as I say, street food is something that I want to try more and more. Anyway, the halloumi fries they were phenomenal. I mean, price-wise, it's probably a bit on the pricey side, I think, because it's quite hipster. It was like £5 for like this little punnet of halloumi.
Yeah.
But flavour-wise, it was really lovely. It was covered in like yogurt and pomegranate and mint and other bits and bobs. It had quite a lot going on. So I would, if you ever get to Camden, Goss, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know I've got a Camden sort of trip this month, March. So not this month we're in right now, but sort of, this coming month, over the next month. I do believe me and the missus still have a trip to Shaka Zulu on the cards again. So that might mean I don't get to the street food market, but I will. I endeavour to do it. I've walked around it, and it was very cold. It was like winter when I went, and I just thought, when the sun's out here, yes, it will be far busier. But with overlooking the water, like the river or whatever it is, I think it'd make a great setting for an afternoon out having some great food, because there's a hell of a lot there. So I look forward to going, and it's 100% more than on my radar.
The other things I've got on my list, also at Camden, is a place called Ghetto Grills, and they do like sandwiches and. It says burgers, but I don't think I remember seeing burgers on the menu when I was there. But anyway, I had from there a Reuben bagel melt, and it was salt beef brisket, cheddar, sauerkraut, and Russian dressing, and it was divine. It was just like filled with flavour. It was just dripping. It was just beautiful. And it had like lovely layers of sweet and savoury. Definitely would recommend them.
Nice.
What else I got? There's a place in Borough Market saying about that. I can't remember the name of it. I searched it and I can't find it, so I don't know if it's still there. Hopefully it is. That does like a Moroccan lamb wrap, which has like mint and hummus and chilies and stuff like that, which was which was incredible. And also there, I don't know if it counts as street food, but they're selling in the market. Bread Ahead, also in Borough Market, selling fresh, obviously loads of dough, but fresh donuts. And I picked up some ones there with blueberry jam, and also ones with salted caramel and honeycomb, and they were phenomenal. Again, expensive. I think it was something like £12 for 3 donuts or 4 donuts or something ridiculous like that. But just, Bread Ahead, they were just better than what you're going to get elsewhere.
Awesome.
And the only other thing I've got is that a review that I've got up on the channel. I visited the Atalay kebab van in Thame. Technically counts as street food, I guess, even though it's not in a market.
Yeah.
And they won the 2016, I think it was, Kebab Van of the Year, which may not sound necessarily impressive. However, they were very good. They were an amazingly well-oiled machine. I can't describe how well polished this kebab van was.
I think considering the amount of kebab vans, I think it's very impressive.
Absolutely. Now, I've never actually eaten a kebab from a kebab van, apart from this time, so I can't compare it to your typical place that you might find open late hours.
Okay.
But it was no worse, or should I say no worse? It was as good as sort of any that I've had from an actual shop, restaurant, whatever you want to call them. It was really tasty. Ultimately, I had a doner kebab, and it was a doner kebab. It didn't necessarily stand out, but then, like I say, the fact that you're making it on the back of a van. It was impressive. It was very tasty.
So how would you say it differs to like the standard elephant leg?
It was just seasoned a hell of a lot better. I'm sure they had probably better quality of meat.
Right.
But it's very difficult to tell because flavour-wise, it was very similar to most elephant leg, as you eloquently put it.
So I only use that term as opposed to like, say, where we go to Mangal Express in Chalfont.
Yeah.
And that's like proper meat.
No.
That has been stacked on the skewer and then cut off, and you can see it's very visibly fresh sort of meat that's cut up like that.
This was your standard
elephant
leg.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's the only way I could differentiate. I don't mean to offend any kebab van vendors that are listening, but
loads of them.
I think that's a fairly well accepted term for.
Yeah,
that's what we call it.
Yeah, it's the likeness of how it looks.
Yeah.
On the skewer. That's how.
You're right, David. That's why we call it an elephant leg.
Yeah.
Why else do you think we call it an elephant leg?
No,
idiot.
No, you.
Why are you explaining?
No, you fucking moron. Because we call it stuff like donkey meat and stuff like that when it might not actually be donkey meat. But it's I basically mean to say we call it elephant leg not as a defamatory thing because of how it tastes and what meat is, but because of how it appears on the behind the till. That's all I was getting at. Just to clarify to people that didn't know that.
For the record, David Goss did say it might not be donkey meat. So
yeah, I do want to confirm that.
Take your chance with that. No, it was your standard doner kebab. But it was just nicer. It was just you could just tell that it was better ingredients and better sort of care had been taken with it than some places. So.
Nice. I mean, Thame really isn't far from me, nor my girlfriend, so I should probably do it at some point.
It's not worth making the trip solely for, but at the same time, if you happen to be in Thame when it's there, it's definitely worthwhile doing.
Question: What were you doing in Thame?
We had a weekend away. We had a couple of nights away from home. Just to not that it's that far away from home, to be fair, but
it's far enough.
Yeah, last year we just wanted a couple of nights away from home just to sort of feel like we were having a holiday because we hadn't had one.
Yeah. That's completely understandable. Second question: Did you plan said holiday because you knew the best kebab van in the country, 2016, was in Thame?
No. I'm going to say yes, but that's not actually the correct answer. No, weirdly enough, so we were there 2 nights. First night, I can't remember the name of the restaurant we went to. We went to some sort of gastro pub type place. Had phenomenal food, really, really tasty. One of Laura's favourite meals she's ever had, she said.
Oh, amazing.
And then on the way driving back, we saw like out on the...
From Driving back from the pub?
On the street, just coming back from the gas going to the place we were staying.
Yeah.
We didn't go and get a kebab after the pub, no, if that's what your question was. We saw just huge queues just in the middle of the street by a van, and we were like, that's fucking weird. And then I think we were by a roundabout, so we just did like a little circle around just to see what they were doing. Saw the name of it, went back to the place we were staying, and I just started Googling the name of the van, and found out that it was an award-winning kebab van. And we were like, oh shit, that's mental.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and as we had nothing planned, I mean, the second night we were just going to try and grab a local takeaway anyway, like fish and chips or something like that anyway. And seeing as that was there, we thought, well, can't not have this. Especially considering we both love kebabs, and obviously I'm involved with FRUK. I thought amazing opportunity to review something that's award winning. And listen,
question 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just me and Stu that get the quivia, mate. Do you have a photo of said kebab? If so, is it on social media for everyone to see?
Well, I don't know if I have a proper photo of the kebab. It's a good question. There's definitely photos on FRUKgram on Instagram. Go and follow us now. Of the van and the setup.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head whether I got a shot of the actual kebab. Like I say, there is a review on Food Review UK. So you can certainly see a moving image on that. But I'm not sure if I got an actual photograph.
Interesting.
Yeah. Innit?
No, I like that. Got a lot of time for that.
Yeah, sick. David.
Before David gives his, I haven't remembered. I have binged the place where I got my Mediterranean lamb wrap. They're called the Ottoman.
Oh,
and I had it at, it's called Fairfield Social Club. It's in Manchester, and it is one of these kind of beer and street food destinations. So they usually have 3 or 4 street food stalls in there, and loads of beer. Really super cool place.
Nice.
When you lot actually do the decent thing and come up and visit me in Manchester, then perhaps that could be a place that we could go. But I mean, you won't. You'll never come up here, will you? Because you're all scum.
Listen.
Well, Stu, come on.
I often talk about trips to Manchester. I better not go in. Yeah. But
I don't normally go to sort of areas and communities in need, poverty-stricken areas. But I probably should do some charity work or community work. The bigger the name gets with FRUK and stuff, give my bit back. So maybe I would come up north.
Do a video for comic relief.
Walking around Bradford, just pointing at people, shaking my head in disappointment, going, just look at this, Teresa. Look what you've done. All jokes aside, I have actually, I went to Bradford for the football a few years ago, but I've still got plenty of grounds to do up north. And so I imagine you will, even if not for that, or a boxing event. I'm sure it's not too far away. I'm sure we can organise a trip.
I don't live in Bradford, don't I?
I know. You just support them, and everything north of Watford Gap is just probably
it's all the same.
It's all very close by, isn't it? I just assume you all know each other's names, city to city. You're all still very familiar with each other. Liverpool.
There's only 7 of us.
Yeah, Liverpool, Manchester. Yeah, some of them playing red, some of them playing blue. It's just fine, isn't it? It's just all the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, all the same.
No. Again, jokes aside, they're not the same thing, and I'm not, I'm not northist. Yeah, I don't discriminate against North. It's all a bit of banter for the show, but no, we'll look forward to coming up. Yeah, will happen. Don't ever rule out. Yes.
Talk to us about your favourite street food.
Well, let's do this. So first of all, the street feast and pergola chains. I call them chains because it's a sort of company. They're 2 companies that have various locations in London. Mm-hmm. I thought I'd talk about them for a minute. So Street Feast have Dinorama. They have, I believe it is actually called Street Feast near Canada Water. And they also, in Canary Wharf, have Giant Robot, which, if you don't know about that, is literally very much a futuristic robot-looking building that is literally for street food. And there's like a sort of rooftop bar there as well to enjoy a drink. And I haven't yet been there, but I will when the weather picks up. I think it's about a year old now. But the one I've been to, and I've been there twice now, is... but one, I was very drunk, can't really remember. But was Dinorama, and that's in Shoreditch. And it's, undercover... 2 floors, bars upstairs, and there's several food sort of vendors downstairs, plenty of seating, really great. Like I love the whole setup, and I love how so I went there for a birthday, and then after that we went to a bar for happy hour and to watch the Champions League final. It's great that you don't have to book somewhere. You're not under pressure to get everywhere, to get everyone somewhere strictly on time, blah blah blah. It's a great idea for casual meetups and stuff, and not to mention the fact that I love the fact that you get a variety. Now my missus is great. She's more than happy, basically buying double the amount of different food and then just going halves, eating half of it each, which is cool. So we do that quite a bit. So we, try and get a variety and eat at as many of the different places as we can. In terms of those places, I know you guys were saying, what sort of things you look for. I think I always keep an eye out for wings. Okay. I am a big fan of wings. Wings. So I do keep an eye out for them, and I've had a couple of different type of wings. I don't know if I've got any pictures that will jog my memory at a glance, but.
How would you feel about Marmite wings?
I would 100% try them. Yeah, I like Marmite. I do like Marmite, and although Marmite and wings don't necessarily sound like a match made in heaven, I would 100% try them for the originality. I love that sort of thing. So yeah, I'd 100% go
Come
for that.
to Manchester then, innit?
Oh, when do you want me?
Whenever. Yeah, now?
No, I'll be there. I'll do it. I'll do all that. All the Marmite. I guess would go for burgers. It's a pretty standard, boring answer. But if I see, if there's a decent burger, if there's multiple burger vendors, then I'll pick the one that appeals most, and normally go for that. I've had that's where it's at these sort of places where I've tried patty and bun. Yeah. And I also tried Burger and Beyond. Patty and bun, I wasn't a big fan of, but people at work say it's their favourite burger. That's multiple people have said that as well.
Losers.
I don't agree. But Burger and Beyond was a delicious burger. Because there was a sauce. I can't remember what sauce it was, but it's sort of like a dirty mayo sort of thing that went in it, and it was a beef burger, but it just went so well. Loved it. I couldn't tell you what sauce it was, so don't quote me on that, but it was great, amazing. So did very much like that. So I love trying things like that. What else can I mention? Well, me and Rich, who's been on the show before, we went to a food market. Not necessarily street food market. It was in the middle of a field in Buckinghamshire, but we went to a food market, and there was an amazing raclette.
Oh yes,
food vendor. Yeah, raclette melt, which was basically cheesy chips, essentially, but with loads of bacon on top. That was amazing. Basically, yeah, cheesy bacon chips. And food markets are great for that sort of thing as well. And that was the Hyde End one, which is quite a big one. We met Levi Roots.
Yes,
and I saw Levi Roots, the man himself, perform Reggae Sauce live. So that's why I picked this subject to talk about. Just wanted to name drop Levi Roots.
Do you know what I love is that you're saying that, and yet when you think about it, there's a whole generation of youngsters, adults, who probably have no idea what you're talking about, and it wasn't even that long ago.
It's not, no.
No, it wasn't that long ago that he became famous and he got his sauces and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I bet there's loads of people that are like, I've got no idea what reggae sauce is all about. I've got no idea.
One of the most successful Dragon's Den winners of all time.
Mm. Do you reckon Levi Roots is still proper sorted for money? I
100%.
I used to quite like reggae sauce. Bought a few bottles of it when it first came out, but I think mainly, I mean, it was nice. Reggae sauce was nice. It was fine. But obviously, like, he's such a likeable guy, and I was watching Dragon's Den at the time, so you're taken in by it. But I hadn't noticed that. I was in the supermarket the other day, and I see he's got other products out and stuff.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm just,
I believe I have looked him up before, and again, really don't want to be quoted on this. So I'm actually not going to give a quote, but I believe I've looked this up in the past, not so long ago now, and seen that he is worth an obscene amount of money. Like, obscene amount of money. And that's because, hasn't he also got restaurants now? Restaurants.
Has he? I had no idea about that.
I would not. I know he's got his fingers in more than just supermarket product pies. He's obviously got books. I've got a feeling he's got his own restaurant, But I don't know. Again, don't quote me on that. But I know he is entrepreneurial, that man, and has smashed it.
According to Wikipedia, net worth of £35 million.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Yeah.
He won a Mobo as well back in the day,
Yeah.
He legit won a Mobo for like best British reggae artist, like I'm guessing like in the early 90s or the late 80s or whatever.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
I thought when you said he got a Mobo, I thought you were going to say it was like for an outstanding achievement award or something like that for what he's accomplished with his guitar and music. Fair play though. Yeah, that's fair play to him, and he came across very, very humble. And yeah, I'm a fan.
Fair.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, I agree. In terms of I did actually go to Winterville as well. That was another street feast location they set up there, and that's basically like Winter Wonderland but for cooler people like myself. And had some fucking great wings there. I had no, they weren't wings. They were fried chicken strips with homemade hot sauce and cool lime mayo by Mother Clucker. And shout out them.
Why do I recognise? You must have mentioned that before because I recognise the name.
So basically, a lot. I think there's a few that do sort of wordplay with that because there's Mother Clucker. I've also been to a Ma Plucker.
That's the one. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that was my hench burger I had on National Burger Day. Ma Plucker, and there's also a Mother Flipper or something. So there's a couple of there's a couple of sort of word plays with that, but yeah, Mother Clucker did great chicken strips. I also had this is also going full circle with your question about New York, which I've just remembered, but I also had a very nice hot chocolate there by Chin Chin Ice Cream. I don't know if you've seen Chin Chin Labs. They're a very, very popular sort of ice cream Instagram, social media hyped sort of dessert place because of their sort of ice cream, and all the videos that get uploaded of sauces and stuff being poured over the top and blah blah blah. It's like it's a very sort of fashionable boutique ice cream place, so to speak. I had one of their hot chocolates, which was very nice, very good. Nathan will know this, but I don't drink hot drinks. The only drink I really drink is hot chocolate for hot drinks, and I rarely have them. I'll probably average 2 a year. So when I say that I had my best hot drink in America, don't think you're about to be blown away. But I had a Dunkin' Donuts salted caramel hot chocolate, and it was the best hot drink I've ever had.
Amazing.
Yeah.
3 stars.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier. No, it was absolutely incredible. Yeah, and I really, really liked it. And if it was something I could get over here, I would. So, yeah, if any listeners know somewhere I can get a salted caramel hot chocolate, holler. Because
if you like that, mate, you should try tea.
Tea?
Yeah, have a cup of tea, mate.
Nah, fuck that. I have had plenty of them, and
I don't like.
I'm not a big fan.
Nah, tea needs to go in the.
Yeah, it does really.
Sure. Sorry, go on, Goss. You finished? Sorry.
Nah, not at all. I was just about to say.
I thought you were winding down. Sorry,
No.
apologise.
So
please,
basically, what I've done here is I've just quickly given you an overview of the sort of stuff, sort of street food places there are in London, which I've been to and stuff like street feast, like Dinorama, stuff like that. They're very sort of hipster locations, blah blah blah. Pergola, which I touched on earlier, is exactly the same thing, but it's normally in a nicer setting. I don't want to use the word pretentious, but it would be a slightly more sophisticated setting. So I went to that Pergola on the roof in Paddington, and they basically set it up for the winter with heating and sort of more festive lighting and stuff. But then also in the summer it becomes a sort of hotspot there. They're good. I would recommend people go to them if they want to go out with friends and stuff and try some different food and have some drinks, because these places always have bars and stuff like that, and they're really cool. Then I was going to get on to my favourite, which is proper street food, and it's near where I work, and it's somewhere where I've been enlightened to since I made the move into London, and it's the Petticoat Lane street food market. And it's basically in between Liverpool Street Station and Aldgate Station on the Met Line, if anyone wants to go there. Oh, my Lord. So first of all, I'll tell you about the falafel place. So there's a falafel place where you can get, it does wraps. You can get falafel, halloumi, chicken, any combination. Literally you could all the sort of salads and stuff, any sauces, blah blah blah, gets toasted for a bit. Brilliant. But the main reason why I want to talk about this is because of the guy that does the falafel wrapping is an absolute machine. I've never seen anything like this. I can't justify it over the podcast, but I could do the hand actions. He's a ninja. He is a ninja, and he is a gem. He is a gem of East London. If you YouTube it, there are YouTube videos of him wrapping these falafel wraps. I've never seen anyone do anything so quickly in my life. I can only imagine when the market closes, he has to be carried home. He's asleep. He must be. What he does is inhumane. Look it up on YouTube, or I'll forward you some links or whatever. But it's super cool, and it's a banging wrap as well. It's massive, and you can get like a combo wrap, which will fill you up. A combo is in combination of the cheese, halloumi, chicken, falafel, with a drink, £5, fills you up. It's great. But there's other places as well, all the different diverse cuisines. I go to a katsu stall quite a lot as well, where they do wraps or katsu with rice, blah blah blah, and that's great as well. But I've got to shout out my absolute favourite, which when I joined my work, my boss was like, what are you doing for lunch, sort of thing, blah blah blah. He was like, if you ever think if you ever feel like you deserve a treat, he was like, I don't know if he obviously didn't know me at this point, and didn't know that I was basically a Hoover for any sort of bad food. But he was like, yeah, I've got to show you this place. It's my addiction. He's like, I go there every week without fail. I can't not have it. Blah blah blah. It's one of the best things I've ever had. And he doesn't throw around these sort of compliments like towards these sort of things willy-nilly. So I believed him straight away. This was he meant this, and I was like, okay. He was like, it's chicken satay, and I was like, He was like, yeah, you've got to have a satay, blah, blah, blah. And I sort of thought, okay, well, I've had chicken satay like before, and it's not really enough for me. And I thought maybe he doesn't realise that I need a big meal. Anyway, I have this satay. I've been having it once a week since. It is absolutely phenomenal. So it's Tupperware box. I go for rice. So the bottom of it's filled with rice. Then you choose your salads. I go for a little bit of lettuce and fried onions, crispy fried onions, which are incredible. I don't overdo it with the salad because I want more room for the main event, which is of course chicken satay. So it's in this big bowl, and they fill the Tupperware up with the chicken satay, which has obviously been cooked or fried in, all sorts of peanut oil, satay sauce, blah, blah, blah. Amazing. Then that lady passes it on to the next guy along the conveyor belt, and the guy then ladles all the actual satay sauce over the top. Then the lid goes on top of that. You ask for a jumbo, so extra, that little bit more chicken, £6, and it is absolutely sensational.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
I love chicken. I love satay.
Yeah. And I'd never seen it in any form other than, just on a skewer as a starter with a dip. But this is literally everything. This is chicken covered in the satay with rice as a meal, and it's life.
I've you actually sent me a picture of it before.
I have, yeah.
I've just sent it to Stuart on WhatsApp because I've still got it to post on FRUK. So I'm glad actually you've brought that up on this show, because I can now post that on FRUKgram. So it looks incredible. In a way, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it doesn't look anything special, but at the same time, if you love chicken satay like I do, and like Stuart does and yourself, I could imagine that being absolutely just a phenomenal, hearty eat. It looks incredible.
And it really is. And all I can say is, by the end of it, you're completely full. You've enjoyed every bite. Like, I mean every bite. It's just absolutely amazing. And I can't rave about it enough. And if you are going to upload it, please let me just send you another picture I have of it. Okay. So maybe you can upload 2 pictures, because I actually took Hannah there on her birthday. That's literal fact. I took my girlfriend there on her birthday to have some street food for lunch. Obviously, we had activities planned around that, and then we went for a nice meal for dinner. But our lunch was there. She had to have it. I had to show her this, because I would love to take you guys there as well, so you could experience this. It's amazing.
Having seen the picture, it's 100% the sort of thing that I would love to try. If I worked anywhere near a market that produced that sort of food, I'd be all over that shit for lunch on the regs.
It's cool.
Obviously, as you know, where we work, or where you used to work, your options are limited.
Before he sold you out.
Before he snaked me out. The options are limited to Tesco and Wenzel's, which, they offer, perfectly fine food, but fuck me, I would love to work near somewhere that produced that sort of thing, because that looks just divine. Go on.
No, I was just going to say I completely agree. I know when before I moved jobs, I know I obviously said I was, very nervous about certain aspects and things changing, and I know everyone said, "Oh, you're gonna get so fat because you're just going to eat fast food all the time." Blah 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 blah. That's incorrect, because I've obviously know that that's a ridiculous thing to do, because I will get fat and it will cost lots of money. So exactly the same as I used to. I have Tesco meal deals for lunch. It's not ideal, but it's what I do. But of course, I still make time for like my treat day. and I'll only ever have 2 max in a week if it's, say, someone's birthday or if someone's going on holiday, whatever. But the options now, which was also what people sort of said, oh, you'll love it up there for blah blah blah. The options now, my eyes are completely open now to these, like this street food place, and there's various other restaurants around which are, incredible. That I'm bloody thankful for, because it's amazing. But would love you guys to have this satay one day, because it deserves however many minutes I've just dedicated to it, because it's one of the best meals I've ever had, full stop.
Mental.
And it is literally, we're talking about a pop-up market stall, like as actual street food. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So yeah, that is my number one street food meal of choice.
Whilst you were doing that, I found a video of of Mohammed, the guy who does the falafel, and Stuart.
Insane.
It's mental.
Insane. It looks like it's sped up, man. You got to share that on the FRUK Facebook as well. I was
just about to say, people think, like, I read the comments, people are like, this looks sped up, and it does look sped up, but he's exactly like that in real life. That is not sped up, I can tell you now. He literally is. He just throws everything down onto the flatbread or whatever it is. He just throws it down, smashes up the falafel, literally like smashes it with his hands to obviously like squash it down. He then throws the salads on. It looks messy. He must lose so many ingredients. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but he just throws it down, and then the way he just wraps it at the end, it is like a second movement. Yeah. And it's in the paper. He just slaps it about and bang, hands it over to you, and it's like, this is crazy. And it is, being there in the flesh and seeing him do it is insane. You see how fast paced it is. Yeah. You see how you're exhausted watching him, but he is maintaining that for fucking hours. He's got to be, because there's cues for it all the time.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're getting Mohammed Al Daya is the guy's name. He's coming on this podcast. Fuck, we need to get this guy on the podcast. We need to talk to this man.
He'll be done in 10 minutes, though.
Yeah.
He's like the anti-David Goss.
Yeah, literally. Never put me on a street food vendor.
But this is mental, so just a little bit behind the scenes. Stuart's probably very aware of why I'm bringing this up. David Goss hates podcasts that exceed an hour. David Goss has basically said to us in the past, I don't see the point of a podcast that lasts more than 60 minutes. First time he came on, produced our longest ever podcast. Since then, we've exceeded that limit until David Goss comes on for the second time, and he breaks the fucking record again.
What can I say? I love the sound of my own voice, don't I?
I genuinely feel like I've said absolutely nothing tonight.
We've broken the 2-hour mark, I think, for the first time. I don't think we've gone more than 2 hours, and that includes...
No, we've never recorded for more than 2 hours.
The marathon man of food podcasting.
So we're going to be on to your challenge, the third time. It's got to be 3 hours, mate, when you come on for the hat trick.
Next time.
Well, I mean, unless either of you guys have got anything more to say about street food, because I don't imagine we've not covered anything. Hang on. I think we've covered everything.
I could talk to you about my street food ad in New York, but
save it for next time, mate.
Yeah. Let's do the 3 hours next time. No, to be fair, it was good, but I'd rather talk about the street food here that people can go and
Mohammed and the satay.
Oh, don't. The satay. Wow.
Stuart, do you have anything you want to add on street food before we close out the show?
6 stars.
6 stars? Mental.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Correct.
No. Good times. It's just getting better and better, isn't it? The one thing that started to annoy me is the number of restaurants that are kind of jumping on that street food bandwagon.
Yeah.
That are trying to take it a little bit more upscale, and I think it's fine, but for me, it's like what David said. It's like that you can go and get something from one stall, you can get something from another stall, you can graze a little bit, you can make it an event.
Yeah,
it's that's the magic of street food for me. It's socially,
it's the experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the experience. The food is legit delicious, but also it's that sharing. It's that we'll have a little bit of this, then we'll have a drink, then we'll have a little bit of this, and it's just a totally different way of eating. And you can, like you said, you went to a place on your birthday night. You can make an evening out of eating, chatting, drinking, and that's great. I wish there were more places in Manchester. There's been a few that have opened up, but it's not everywhere, and it's not always consistent. But there are some good places now.
Yeah,
it's just like you say. It's just finding them. It's just having them local enough. Because don't get me wrong, these markets and places that you can go and get the street food. It's just whether you want to make the concerted effort of actually going out of your way to get to them. If they're within a local enough area, then that's fine. But chances are I'm not going to go to these places unless I'm going up London for something else. I'm not going to go all the way up there just for these places. As fantastic as the food is, don't get me wrong, it's in a way it's worth it. But chances are I'm not going to do that. Make that journey. It's just trying to factor that into whatever else you're doing. Tremendous.
Can I just add one little thing as well?
Yeah, man. Go.
Nope.
To do with the satay place, they're obviously doing all right, because now in recent weeks they've said that if we want to eat the food indoors, they've actually, this is mental, get your head around this, they've got a unit up the road, on the same road that the market's on, that's open just for you to sit in and eat it.
Mental.
So so they're cooking the food out in the market, but you can go and take it in and sit in basically an empty unit with some tables and chairs.
Nice.
That obviously isn't going to be cheap, is it? Surely.
They must be doing all right, yeah.
Yeah, and they do.
And that's just the one stall. That's just the satay stall.
Yeah. Because the falafel place has its own seating connected to the stall.
Crazy.
So you'd be eating it outside, but otherwise there's no. But you can't take that satay and sit in that falafel seating. It's just for them.
No.
Yeah.
No, street food segregation. We need to start a campaign for this. This is like South Africa in the 1980s. No, man.
So that's
David Goss. You're the street food Nelson Mandela. You need to take a stand.
I do. I just need communal street food eating. That's in these markets. But no, they've got their own unit. So if you do go, ask them where you can eat it, and they'll point you in the right direction. That's if you just don't want to eat it round the corner, sort of on a bench somewhere or something like that. But it's amazing. But carry on.
David Goss, final little question,
Go on.
mate. Is the satay good enough that if you dropped it on the street, you would still eat it off the floor, mate?
Weirdly, I was obviously anticipating where that question was going, and when you said if you dropped it on the floor, would you eat it? The moment you said dropped it on the floor, my brain went, "You're going back and buying another one."
Oh, so not
right.
So I wouldn't eat it off the floor, but I then would spend £12 on one portion, and just make sure I don't drop it again.
I think in its own way, that is probably a victory in itself.
Yeah, yeah. It's very fucking good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right, I think that has, in fact, now exhausted street food for this episode. Thank you very much for coming on, Mr. David Goss.
No, you're welcome. Thank you very much for having me. It's been fun.
You're an absolute legend. It's a shame that MJ wasn't here, but if he was, then we definitely probably would have been stretching out this record time.
Yeah, we'd probably... I was going to say we'd probably be into 4 hours by now, but time doesn't actually speed up.
Unless
we still would have... Yeah, unless you are Mohammed the falafel rapper. No, obviously it still would have started at 8, but we just probably wouldn't be anywhere near finishing.
Yeah. But it's been nice because it meant that you got more time to talk to us.
Which is why it's gone past the 2 hour mark.
Correct. Yeah.
No, it's been great. It's been great. It's been good.
Awesome. And we definitely will have you on for show number 3, so start thinking about what subject you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Stuart, as ever, pleasure.
Thank you, my friend.
You enjoyed yourself?
Very much so. I enjoyed. Do you remember an hour and a half ago where I beat David Goss at a game? That was good.
Oh, that was sad.
Smashed it. You were losing most of the way, and just
dramatic. Dramatic loss.
Before we finish as well, David, second final question. What was the final score in the Cagliari versus Napoli game, or whatever?
5-0.
Was it Cagliari versus Napoli?
Yeah, it was indeed. Yeah, good memory. Great memory.
Fact, if I was buying an Italian Serie A shirt, it would be a Cagliari shirt.
Oh, I was going to ask earlier, do you guys have a favourite Italian team? And if so, who and why? So, go for it.
Favourite Italian team, Inter Milan, always have been since the mid-90s, Ciriaccia Sforza. But I would buy a Cagliari shirt over an Inter shirt, probably just because I like them. Look nicer. Stuart?
So why...
Why what?
Yeah, why Cagliari?
Long story short, I think it was on FIFA. I played one season as Cagliari, and I just loved their shirts so much, like playing it game in, game out, that I became obsessed. Became obsessed with the red and blue halves. So I would, if someone were buying it, yes, I'd accept a Bologna. I'd accept a Genoa, but no, it has to be Cagliari if I'm being particularly picky.
Yeah, no, fair. And you've got the affinity there with the gaming.
Sick. Stuart, favourite Italian club?
Rossoneri, AC Milan, or perhaps Parma for
Espria days.
Tino Espria at Parma, and obviously Championship Manager Italia, which was where I played as AC Milan. I think, was it Palermo that had the pink away shirt?
Home shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, was it the whole shirt?
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Do.
You know, I like the balls of the pink football shirt. I'm a big fan of pink as a colour. I got married in the colour pink.
Nice.
And head to toe, one of them morph suits. So I like that. I like that shirt. But the only two Italian football shirts I've ever owned was an AC shirt maybe 10 years ago, and I had an Ian Rush Juventus shirt as a small boy.
Wow.
Like one of them snide ones from Benidorm, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, hang on, I had two. I had an Ian Rush Juventus, and I had a Marco Van Basten AC shirt. So I've had two AC Milan shirts in my life.
Do you
So I guess.
Do you reckon you have them somewhere still? No. Imagine pitting Theo in that, the Ian Rush Juventus shirt. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. No, I don't know what happened to him. I'm going to keep hold of, like, because Theo's got. When we go on holiday, I've got into the buying the knockoff football shirts again now for him, and that.
Yeah.
Make sure I keep hold of him. He's rocking a knockoff Messi Argentina strip at the moment.
That's pretty cool.
It's not the carrier bag, is it? It's not. He's not trying to get in on.
Tesco value carrier.
He's not trying to get in on that kid from Argentina, or wherever it was.
Yeah, who wore the carrier bag and then got basically flown over to Barca to get the signed Messi shirt and see a game or whatever it was, wasn't it?
Stuart's trying to muscle in on that action.
Yeah. No, not quite.
Amazing. Thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed the majority of the talk about the Italian football. The minor talk about wrestling, and the even more minor talk about food. Can't wait for the feedback on this episode. If you have enjoyed what you've listened to, please give us a review on iTunes. 5 stars only. Nothing.
You're actually breaking up.
Piss off with your fours.
Everything's breaking up.
It is correct, David. Yeah, you went total Dr. Roboto there. Yeah.
Where did I break up?
All I heard was like for 5 stars. No, 4 stars. 5 stars. That's all I heard, and I just heard you basically repeatedly saying 5s and then 4s and then stars.
So did I break up at the review bit?
Yeah.
Sort
of broke up again there.
Brilliant. That was me just pausing.
Maybe Stu should do the outro.
Who's Stu?
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, you hate that. Yeah, Stuart, I meant. I was just trying to speed it up. I'm just going to shorten everything.
Yeah. except that you've made it longer.
Correct.
Thank you all for listening. If you have enjoyed the show, please head on over to iTunes and give us a positive review, 5 stars only, nothing below. Also, please find us on social medias. Come and interact with us. You can find all of the Food Review UK reviews, obviously, on YouTube. But also, if you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you'll also find some of our other content. David Goss said earlier, please follow him on Instagram, _David Goss. Is that correct?
It is indeed, yeah.
Please follow him for some beautiful food pictures.
Yeah, and I tend to do a lot at the moment.
Correct. You've definitely got into the blogging game.
Yeah. I enjoy it very much. I love eating out at different places, and if people are interested in that, then by all means, give me a follow.
Sick. That is the show. Thank you all for listening, and check us out again in a couple of weeks' time, where we will have a brand new guest.
Woo!
See you later. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye. I love you, Mohammed the Falafel Man.